To the regular meeting of the Board of Trustees of the Central ISD School District being held on September 16th, 2021, beginning at 6:30. Madam Secretary, can we have a roll call?
Yes, sir. Melville. Present. Steve Bryant.
Here.
Victor Garza. Stephen Smoky.
Here.
Steve Christos. Here. Mr. President, we have a quorum.
Thank you very much. We will move on to item 3, prayer and plans. This is Donna. Who do we have tonight?
We have Karen Copa at Principal Tradition Elementary and some amazing looking young people here this evening.
Hi. I said good morning twice already. Good evening, President Maxwell, Mr. Toscano, and the East Central School Board. We are honored to be here representing Tradition Elementary this evening. We do have some of our amazing Tradition students here with us this evening who will be saying the prayer, the pledge, and also singing You Raise Me Up by Josh Brothers. So first we're going to have Tony take the time to lead us in the prayer.
Please bow your heads. Dear Heavenly Father, thank you for blessing and guiding our school district this year. We pray that you continue to give us strength and to our school board, safe staff, and teachers. We thank all of them for their hard work, dedication, and love for us. Please bless them and their families as they continue their district. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen.
Amen. Now we have Dylan and Joy Sherry to lead us in the pledges.
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Honor the flag. I pledge allegiance to the United States, one state under God, one indivisible.
Thank you. We're going to have Mr. Johnson, our new fine arts teacher.
Thank you, students. Good evening, school board. My name is Doug Johnson. I am the fine arts teacher at Tradition Elementary. At Tradition, we're working hard to engage, encourage, and equip lifelong learners. We'd like to showcase some of these amazing singers with You Raise Me Up. This evening, the following students will be here singing for you: Anya, Jarrell Brown,
Wait, the world.
Jarrell Brown,
Yeah.
Tanner Cleveland, Christopher Cordero, Brooke DeLeon, Chloe Friesenhoff, Sophia Fernandez, Sophie King, Logan Langford, Christian Miller, Madison Mohammed, and Joy Taylor.
troubles come and my heart burns in me, then I am still and wait here in the silence until you come and sit a while with me. You raise me up and so I can stand on mountains. You raise me up to walk on stormy seas. I am strong when I am on your shoulders. Raise me up to more than I can be. You raise me up so I can stand on mountains. You raise me up to walk on stormy seas. I am strong when I am on your shoulders. You raise me up to more than I can be.
Thank you, students, for that special performance. Also, I want to say thank you to Mr. Johnson. We didn't know that when he came from the high school that he was going to have already in September be ready to bring elementary students to the school board. And then I would also like students to please stand to be recognized. Thank you for allowing them to stay after this last week to be able to. Our amazing school board. We do, just for having us here this evening, we do have a small token of appreciation. It has a lot of yellow in it because you help write our days every day, and so we hope this can help write your day as well. So each one will bring us a one of these. Thank you.
That will move on to, item 4, recognition of some of this.
Service President, trustees, we have a couple of recognitions this evening. Some of the high school students as well as one of our STEAM PTA programs, elementary school. Lois?
Good evening, Mr. Casano, President, members of the board. Thank you so much for allowing us to recognize some of our outstanding community members and students this evening for awards and recognitions. First, I would like to call up Miss Amanda Davenport, Tamika Haley, Marissa Good, and Miranda McLeland, representing the Oak Crest Elementary PTA. For us. The Oak Crest Elementary PTA has been recognized as a National PTA School of Excellence. This designation is a huge honor to receive. There are many requirements that they had to fulfill to win this award. They have to strive to improve school and family partnerships continuously and do better and better and better to get this kind of recognition. They've worked super hard and we all appreciate y'all so very much. So thank you so much, ladies. Are there family and friends here of these wonderful ladies? Next, we'd like to call up Ann Alonzo. So in East Central, we really believe in that kids are growing and learning and they have lots of interests. And so we always want our students, that if they want to be involved in multiple activities, we ask our coaches and all of our sponsors to share kids, right? And so this evening, we've got a couple of students. First up, Ann Alonzo. Not only is she a volleyball player, but she's also active in 4-H and FFA, and she won multiple awards at the Gillespie County Fair show. And so we just wanted to showcase a couple of our kids who are multiple participants in lots of activities. She's done an outstanding job, and we appreciate you very much, Ann. Would Ann's family please stand up and be recognized? Next up, we have Emery Espinosa. Emery Espinosa is a basketball player at East Central High School. She has also been awarded a spot on the Mayor's Fitness Council. And that means that over the course of this next year, she will be putting together a service project for health and fitness that will impact our high school students, and possibly, depending on what she chooses to do, students across the district. And so we just wanted to say thank you to her and congratulations for her placement on the Mayor's Fitness Council. Are Emery's family and maybe a coach here with her tonight? Could you stand and be recognized? Excellent. Thank you so much for allowing us to recognize these special people.
Congratulations to all. With that, we'll take a short 10-minute break. So everybody that needs to get home can get home and do some other things. But we'll take a short 10-minute break and we'll reconvene at 6:55. Let's get this party going. We'll move on to public comments. Ms. Cohen?
Sir, Mr. Massey, we have one public commenter, Adam Salyer. Come on down.
Wow, this is beautiful, y'all. This is outright beautiful. Thank you, honorable mayor, honorable colleagues throughout, I appreciate y'all. Honorable parents and kids alike, mothers, fathers, everybody, God bless you. God bless you. I'm running for state representative, District 118. Now, if y'all don't know this is a special election that's happening right now. It's crucial. I'm passionate about this. Being here today, everybody should be here. Everybody should be here to hold up these kids, each and every one of them. This is where it starts. They're brave enough to sit on the board. Thank you. God bless each and every one of them. Each and every one of you sitting here today, that means you care. That's what 118 is about. I've got Republicans that feel abused. I've got Democrats that feel abandoned. Got independents that feel like they've been left out all along. This is the time we can do one thing, and the common thread is called unite. We can unite this. This district could show a catapult for all of them. Now there's 5 people running. To give them all equal time, unfair. We got Desi Martinez, we got Ms. Farias, we got Mr. Ramirez, we got John Luan. They're all fine people. Let's get a good person in office. I'm Adam Salyer, I'm running. But I've been running all along, y'all. I was the only Republican to step up and be brave on this last race. I was running by myself. I didn't have to make money. But parents, you're where it's at. You want somebody to come sit down with you and break bread or lift up something that we need to be done? Let's do it together. This district is y'all's to win. Each and every one of you. I am so blessed to be here today. I am so honored to stand right here at East Central. It means a lot to me. But this is a big district. We've got to get things done, y'all. And I implore you, I beg you, put these kids' hearts on your minds. That should be first. It means a lot to me. God bless you. Thank you for having me here today.
Thank you.
Thank you. All right. That, we'll move on to Superintendent's report, 6.1 personnel report. Mr. Scott?
Mr. President, trustees, this month's report is in your packet. As is always the case, if you have any questions or would like any additional information regarding any of the activity in this month's personnel report, please let me know and we'll get that right to you.
Move on to 6.2, 2021 State Accountability Report. Mr. Scott?
Yes, I'd like to call Dr. Fuller and Dr. Jonathan over to the podium to provide the board with this year's statutorily required state accountability report. We followed by a couple other compliance-oriented reports that we're obligated to provide for the board on an annual basis. So, over.
Yes, sir. Mr. Massingale, Wisconsin members of the board, thank you for the opportunity to share state accountability with you. This year, because of COVID, the district and all campuses were not rated, and that is our ratings for this school year. And this coming school year, in the Senate bill, we will either be rated A, B, C, or not rated. And so it'll be a little different than we've seen before. And that's all I have to share about the accountability right now. Yes, sir, because of COVID, so a number of our kids were not able to test and other around the state, so they didn't think it would be appropriate to give a rating of A, B, C, that letter grade, remember that they started giving us. So they're not assigning a letter grade to any district or campuses this school year for last school year.
Thank you so much.
Yes, sir, thank you.
And then we'll be ready to A, B, C, or what?
So next year, it'll
Next
be, so like this current school year, so 12 months from now, based on this school year, will either get A, B, C, or not rated. So their thinking is that there's no D and there's no F, so there's no opportunity. So they kind of want to hold us harmless, so to speak, so that COVID issues and that affects student learning, that they didn't want to have a punitive interest.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.
Move on to 6.3, 2021 state assessment results. Mr. Scott?
Sir, done?
Hello again. We got a handful of reports there in the packet. You'll see the spring, third through eighth grade and of course, STAR results. You'll see the summer results. We've got TELPAS for our English proficiency assessment and our Alt2 test for students. And by statute, we're required to share those with you. And so those are in your packet. And if you have any questions, I'd be delighted to answer any questions.
We're good.
Thank you.
All right, with that, we'll move on to 6.4, HD3 board goals update. Mr. Scott?
Yes, sir, Mr. Massimo. As you'll recall from last year's, actually in January, we brought to you this House Bill 3 board goal. 5-year set board goals that were required as part of House Bill 3. And so we're coming to you with an update tonight.
Good morning, President Massimo, Mr. Scano, Board of Trustees. So as Mr. Scano shared, we are required to share with you an update on our House Bill 3. House Bill 3 came out of the prior last legislative session, and it required us to make a 5-year goal for early childhood reading and math and college and career readiness. And so we included a link in there that gives you a progress report for each one of those areas. For the data, it's only 6 months data because we brought you the initial goal last January. Please remember that also due to COVID, it's not inclusive of all students. It's just the students that we were able to test and or that were present in school and were able to collect data on. So that's there for you to look at. And we will be bringing this to you every fall as a progress report to view for our data.
That, we'll move on to 6.5, 2021 community-based accountability report. Mr. Scott?
Trustees, in your miscellaneous packet, we have a copy of a draft of this year's community-based accountability report that we are pretty close to publishing. What we're looking for from you this month is a review of this draft and some feedback from you so that we can make any adjustments per your observations and reflections and direction. Because next month we'll bring it back to you and you bless it, we want to publish it and get it out to the community. If you'll recall, we've been doing this work for several years. We believe that this represents a complete accounting of what actually goes on in our school system, in alignment with what our community expects from the school system. And so this represents a report back on each of the 7 pillars. And what we've evolved from, if you'll recall, the first year or two, it was super heavy in data. It meant a lot to all of us in the education system, within the education system. A lot of edu-speak, a lot of acronyms, a lot of data. And the feedback we got from the community was, this is great. It tells us a whole lot more than what we're used to seeing in an accountability report. But can you unpack it for us? Can you help us understand what this really means for kids and for staff? And so the last couple of years, we've really tried to add some context to the data. And this year, fortunately, we've got a Marcom department. We packaged the data right along with some narratives about, our student performances and our staff contributions. And we tried to bring the data to life, if you will, so that anybody who reads the report gets a really good sense of the things that matter to the Central community and schools and how we're progressing and the things that we're working on and the opportunities that we still have. So please take a look at it. Share the feedback that you have with me this month, and next month we'll bring it back to you for final approval, and then we'll publish it and get it out to the community through multiple channels like we do every week.
Very good.
how it's the layout. That has just specific information.
I guess I was gonna say, I hope we captured some of this when we, presented our information from our school with the rest of the coalition of schools, for their Go Public thing. I think this is amazing.
Yeah, I'm glad you said that, Ms. Brazil, because we'll also link this to our ISD Go Public page, we'll link through the Go Public website. And, we've got a lot of really good feedback on that page about this report, so we'll definitely add it there as well, and get it out to that channel.
Yeah.
Well, we had to discuss before, get it in the hands of those that, you know, we're concerned about, and it's gonna be available at the conference. Will it be available at the?
Yes, so we'll make some hard copies for anybody that wants an actual, copy in their hands. So we'll make some available at every campus and in central office. And then we'll get it out through all of our social media channels, our webpage. It'll live on our webpage all year, in an interactive way. And so, yeah, we feel like we got some pretty good reach with our channels. Thank you, Les.
Move on to 6.6, summer school impact report. Scott?
Call Jennifer Casper up, and while she's coming up, the board knows that we've really put a lot of effort last year into our summer program, kind of reimagining it, all of our summer programs, knowing that we were coming off of a COVID year, knowing that we also aspired for summer programming to be more than it had ever been before, more impactful, more comprehensive. So we're happy to bring to you kind of an impact report from this past summer, and can share that.
Thank you. Thank you, President Pascal. Board trustees, you stole all my letters.
No.
Oh, thank you. Send them all. Now I gotta do it on the fly.
He does that to me all the time.
No, but as we talked about today, COVID kind of is still having a lasting impact on our students from spring of 2020 to today and into the future. And so when we started looking at our summer programming for 2021, knowing that we're going to offer in-person learning again, we really had to think about a strategic, intentional redesign. Like, this is one more opportunity that we have to get our kids back in, to close some of those gaps, allow them to have fun and interact with their peers in a safe way, and just really start making that progress. And so we did a lot of research, and we actually partnered with a nonprofit organization called Bell Excel, and they do strategic planning and mapping with districts. And so we partnered with them through research, and we worked on how to recruit the best staff and match the best staff with those students, and how to recruit students. So, you know, heads up to like all the elementary principals in the room, because they were working their tails off with a 2-week jump start to recruit those students that based on data had the highest need, and then opening up to a voluntary program. And so throughout all those efforts, we were able to purchase curriculum. We've never really been able to purchase curriculum for summer programming before, which took a lot of the work off of teachers and the planning and the prep and really let them dive in. We were able to offer a 15-to-1 student ratio. We knew that you could get more responses positively from students if you offer 20 or more days of instruction. We were able to offer a 29-day program. We were able to do 120 minutes of literacy every day, 90 minutes of math every day, which allowed us to reach the threshold of, if they get 25 hours of literacy, of math, and 35 hours of literacy in the programming, then we make impact. And so I'm happy to put some of those details from you, because we are seeing impact from that program. So the Superstar Camp served pre-K through 5th grade students. We have 359 students in this particular program. Research shows that a program is successful when you get 70% attendance. If you reach 80% attendance, you're kind of a rock star, and we got 83% attendance, one of the highest in the state. And so that was something to really be commended. It was that diligent effort of teachers reaching out all the time with families to make sure that those students were in the seat so that they had the opportunity to learn. The impact report shows that the educator feedback and the parents and student feedback, 100% of the families recommend the program for future families. High percentage of our staff recommend it, and we were seeing 80 and 83% growth in reading and math coming out of that summer program, giving our students a really great head start into this school year. We feel really strongly about the work that happened this summer. We would like to extend this opportunity next year, potentially partner with Bell Excel again,
and be able to offer the same kind of programming and then extend it up into our middle schools. Two other really interesting pieces that came out of this. Our students were engaged in SEL, social emotional learning, every single day. So as well as the academics, we made sure that we were meeting those needs. And then the students absolutely love the enrichment. So in the past, we've done enrichment on a weekly basis. This program offered enrichment on a daily basis. So you might have seen pictures floating around Facebook of students and staff doing yoga. There was karate, lots of things to really keep them interested, keep them energized about the program, and bring that level of impact. Happy to answer any questions that you might have about it.
It's really awesome, and I'm excited to hear it's going to move over to the higher grades. Cover from what everybody's going to do.
It's just a well-received and quality program. I think your challenge is going to be to make it better next year.
Absolutely. Thank you. I'll accepted, Ryan. Thank you so much.
Thank you. With that, we'll move on to 6.7, Texas COVID Learning Acceleration Support Grant Award.
Trustees, in this latest package, you've got a one-page document titled Texas COVID Learning Acceleration Supports Class Grant Award. Dr. Fuller is going to give the board an overview of the decisions that the district has chose to utilize the grant award dollars to support. But before she does, I just want to say that essentially the agency has utilized some funds that it's had available to create a one-stop grant application program called T-Class. And then within that one grant application, districts have the opportunity to make some decisions from a list of options for programming that we felt matched our needs for the utilization of these funds. And so we were awarded the grant, as Dr. Fuller will give a little more detail here momentarily. And we also made some decisions based on the options that we thought would be the best for meeting the needs in our districts. Dr. Fuller?
All right, good evening again. We applied for 5 of the 10 decisions, and we were awarded all 5 of the decisions that we applied for. We had a team, a little committee that we put together to help put this together and do some decisions around what we thought would be best to help us support students and staff in the recovery for COVID. So we were awarded $1.6 million. Not all of it is direct funding, some of it's indirect, which means that some of it will be direct dollars that we'll get from TEA, but some of it will be in consultation. So much like we got, what Jennifer just said, where we got a partner that helped us redesign summer school, we will get partners that will help support us in some of these decisions to help us support us with instruction in some of these other areas. So that will be what they call in-kind supports. So those are how, some of them are direct, some of them are indirect. So decision 1 is we are currently receiving this grant this year. So it's an extension of this grant. So we'll receive this grant for the next 2 years. It's focused on middle school and high school math support and helping to support the recovery and high instruction in both middle school and high school math. So we will continue that support in decision 1. Decision 4 is new for us. It's teacher recruitment, and this is where we are able to take some of our paraprofessionals and help them be certified teachers. And so that is something new that we'll be able to offer. Decision 5 is also new to us this year, and it's creating a residency program. So it's looking at partnering with Texas A&M San Antonio and looking at our student teachers and helping them have a full-time residency here for a full year, so that they can gain a full year experience rather than just a half a year. Student teachers, they can do a full year residency with the hopes that they may stay with us for full employment. So we're very excited about that. This year, we'll have 3 residents, and then next year we'll grow to 8 residents, and then the following year 8. And so we are targeting those residents in our high needs areas so that we can help try to recruit in areas that we're having some difficulty finding staff so we can kind of grow our own. Decision 6 is tutoring. So we are going to join the vetted tutoring course. This is going to be focused specifically on elementary and upper elementary, 3rd through 5th grade. We were awarded $400,000. So we're going to be working with an outside company We have two options where they will train our teachers, or we can have outside tutors come in and help tutor our students. And so we're working with companies now, we're in the process of that right now, but that's something that we will be able to subsidize and help provide our students with additional support with tutoring. And then the last decision is decision 9, and that is an early college, P-TECH. And so this is really a planning year, and it's going to be focused on health, our health science department. And so this funds the planning year for that health science early college program, and then it moves to a grant funding from another source for the actual implementation. So we're very excited about this. All of this, we were just awarded within the last week. We have the next couple months to fill out the formal application and finalize our plans. Some of it goes into effect in January, some of it goes into effect next year. So it's kind of a phase in pending on the different decisions. Questions?
I do, on the number 6, the tutoring,
Yes,
we have an option of training our own
yes.
or having it outside. What would be your process in making that decision?
So we're kind of learning about it right now. Our first preference is outside. And what we do is you have to fill out a form and you make a request. And then, so we've made the request for the outside, and what we're waiting for is availability. And then we've made that request, and if that's available, that'll be our first. So we'll still have our teachers that will be able to provide tutoring. This will just supplement it, because we know that our teachers, we have a lot of need after COVID, and so we'll be able to provide smaller groups of tutoring to more students if we are able to supplement it. And so that's our goal. If not that, we're hoping that's going to be it. But if not, they also offer a specialized program where they will train your tutors on how to effectively offer tutoring. And so there's 2 different pathways that you could go. We could potentially do both, and we put in for both, and we're hoping to see what we get.
Awesome. Thank you very much.
Sure.
I have a question on that decision 4.
Yes.
What is the criteria for these staff professionals to get a certification? Is that through the state or who's it through? Could you give me a little bit?
Tutor certification?
Yes.
So they would be able to get a teacher certification. And so they would go through a teacher prep program.
Through the district?
So the district would, they would have to go through an authorized provider that we would choose. So we would partner with an authorized provider that we would, that the grant would offer. And I think are we doing Texas A&M San Antonio?
Yes.
Texas A&M San Antonio is who we're choosing as our authorized provider. And then, so they would go to them and we'll pay for it through the grant for them to be able to participate in the program.
That's great. Thank you. Congratulations.
Yeah.
All right, we'll move on to 6.8, upcoming events.
Sorry, miscellaneous package trustees, in your calendars for September and October. Lots of activity. As you can see, a couple of things I want to point out to you is that the Tacit Technique Convention begins on the 23rd, next week in Dallas. The 20th, 21st, and 22nd, the district leadership team, who's in year 1 with the Holdsworth Center in Austin, will be in Austin, the second training of the year. You'll also see in kind of that salmon colored box throughout both months are the schedule for our presentations throughout the community. Also in your miscellaneous packet, I know you received it in email, but I also thought that in case you wanted to put one on your refrigerator, there's a hard copy of the schedule of our presentations. There are a few homeowners associations that we're still solidified date, those are under to be determined, but I wanted you to have hard copies as well. In October, a couple of important dates. The 11th is a Columbus Day holiday for students and staff. And just right around the corner is early voting for the upcoming bond referendum, October 18th through the 29th. The election is November 2nd, and we're trying to get the word out in the community as much as possible to participate in this particular election. If not registered to vote, citizens need to do so by October 4th in order to participate in either early voting, October 18th or 29th, or on election day, November 2nd. And our next regularly scheduled board meeting is on October 28th.
Then move on to the action agenda. 7.1, facility agreement for the resolution extracurricular status of organization with the Central ISD Bear County Extension Staff.
Yes, sir. Mr. President, trustees, we bring this to you every year on behalf of the Bear County 4-H organization. As you all know, we have a number of students in the community that participate actively in Bear County 4-H. This particular resolution will authorize the listed individuals who qualify to be adjunct employees of the district because they have a degree and they participate in the teacher retirement system. And so essentially, if our students are participating in 4-H activities and they are under the direction of any of these individuals, with the board's passing of the resolution tonight, it would be considered a school activity for attendance purposes. So I'd be happy to answer any questions the board might have.
All right, we have a recommendation from the superintendent to approve the Bear County 4-H be approved as an extracurricular activity for purposes of youth participation in projects, events, and activities. Do I have a motion? I have a motion from Mr. Steve Bryan, a second from Claudia Barrientos. All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries. Item 7.2 will be removed from the agenda. That takes us to the consent agenda. Would anybody like to have anything from the consent agenda?
Mr. Massengale, I just wanted to make a notation on the record. Item 8.5 is correction on 2021 tax rate, not the 2020 tax rate. So just for the record, Cameron, you could just make a notation and we'll type over there. It's 2021.
Let that be noted. Do I have a motion to approve the consent agenda as presented? I have a motion from Malik Reeses. Have a second? Have a second from Steve Bryan. All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries. That takes us to, I believe, adjournment. Everybody in favor of adjournment? Say aye. You're done. Thank you all very much.